Yeah, so if you're LGD, you almost have to kind of divvy up your resources a little bit in terms of how much you want to focus on engaging versus actually peeling for your misfortune to the backline. Maybe play in the mid lane, and XQW does get hit up by that when it becomes lightning. 5v5 jumps in. It's going to be matched by a stolen away Azir ultimate, and now 5v5 in a lot of trouble. Zwo, though, lands a two-man knock-up. Here comes LP, one more auto. It's first blood for LNG. But now Xiaoya's here. One more auto attack onto 5v5 will make it a 1-for-1 trade. Ooh. And the abscond abduct from XQW comes through, out. And he flashes away to safety. LGD coming out on top of that trade.
The opposing team into a rather low 5t5 at the start of the fight, but was shoving them towards his bot lane and ended up being big in the back half as that replay looking to be a little bit slow. We'll see if we get it in the end. Had the base after that second skirmish where he dove into the mid lane. Was able to get some health bars, but got a little bit too low himself as we return to line.
On the Skarner, who was the one who tried to force another play. Speaking of forcing plays, Xiaoya is dead in the mid lane. As this time it's 5v5, the one to force the initiative alongside Zwo. Meanwhile, the Dragon is still on the cards, as it was a 2-for-1 split of the Grubs, actually, that we got during that replay.
Zika down. Try and contest this Dragon, which LGD looks like they want the fight. They do have ults up. Silas still has his ult coming up.
Oh,
LP forcing them out. That might be enough space. Yeah, Nayu's out. So looks like they're able to win over that Dragon. Still, a lot of members came down for this, and LGD have the opportunity to retake the map on the back half. So they ended up getting a lot of resources invested by LNG to secure that Drake. Silas going to have to drop that wave, and we'll have to find an angle to join the fight at, whereas mid's the one angle where we can get to the first and try and secure these Grubs. So, of course, 2-to-1 split on the first Grubs. LNG looking to at least take one here. As LG looking to fight, that's a big engage here.
Yeah, the Excel's impact only lands on his row, no full stun, but there comes the Impale. It's on to 5v5, but he's able to flash away with the Crescent Guard. Knockup does connect, but he's still alive. Here comes the needlework, though, from Sasa, and now LGD have a big opportunity in this fight. Hanchao forced to flash over the wall with the exhaust going on top of it. Look at Zika, he's overheated into the back line of LGD, already taking down Xiaoya. LP is in the middle of everybody, trying to do as much damage as he can. Two-man knockup lands from Zro. LGD
XQW
somehow on still alive. This is an all-out brawl around the Grubs, and it somehow is LNG coming out ahead of things. Here comes Zika, overheated again on the Rumble, finally getting shut down by Sasa. A wild, wacky fight that ends up, I think, 3 for 3 in totality. This is already more kills than LNG had in the entirety of their win against CDG.
That is true. That was an interesting game.
Yeah, maybe some more.
Yeah, Zika's got a hell of an angle.
XQW going to be singled out. The Dragon secured by LGD, but LNG wants a full fight. Here comes a bullet time, though. Haichao with a 3-man Emperor's Divide, combined with the knockup of Zhuo. LNG gonna get 2 kills already, as it's Zika picking himself up a double kill. Xiaoya the next to fall. It's 3 for 1 in favor of LNG.
A massive overcommit into LNG by LGD as the equalizer toasts everyone from Zika.
Fully engaged, especially with 5v5 in the area.
Yeah, I know that Zika has been quite good in this game for me, stud so far, but it's good to see Haichao playing well in these fights too.
Look at this.
This
Whoa.
is ambitious.
Going very far forward onto Xiaoya, and 5v5
big TP.
fully hitting onto melee range up for his fortune. That'll take him down instantly. Now here comes XGW as the stolen away Zinza ultimate combined with the Magnus of YCX. It knocks up 2. Here comes Zika, though, still overheated. 5v5 still alive. Haichao still alive as well. Nobody can take anybody on LNG down as the Silas will fall, and 5v5 escapes over the wall with a blast cone. 2 more kills for LNG.
As Otacon, pretty much full control here for LNG. It looks like they're just going to sack their bot outer to make sure they secure this one for themselves, which is looking pretty free in the map right now. So good take here from LNG.
Dragon up and available as well. As the teleport comes down from Haichao to catch that wave bot.
State where they don't want to take fights. I will say I don't blame them very much on that. Going into a 2-item rumble, nearly Nashers completed on the Haichao's Azir. I really feel like LGD waiting to get more items onto the Silas, and especially the Gwen, who is not yet at 2 items until they take a potential fight.
CW looks like maybe he was posturing for something. Stolen away the quickness with the hijack, so has the opportunity to do a little bit of extra damage on and all in. Speaking of all-ins, though, Haichao getting that bottom lane turret, but looking on that tier 2 turret, forcing a teleport in from Zika.
Sauce playing hard for that. Managed to secure it. So nice pickup there across the map for LGD as like, again, really, I like the call from LGD. Haichao was no TP and showing bot with XQC. They show the match, XQW, I should say. Yeah, my bad there. I was thinking of...
my juicer's not in the LPL.
I was thinking of the FlyQuest Socials person, of course, you know. Yeah, shout out to Parker. Definitely not XQC. And should open up space for Salsa to make quick work of the spot out of turret.
And so now, with these false lives, LGD, they can play very aggressive up until right around the spawning of this next dragon. And LP and LNG have to be very, very careful, because even if they do find an engage that they like,
don't mind the preemptive burn there from 5T5. I really don't think they want to fight while the GAs from the Otacon are up. Of course, you're fighting with diminishing returns there if you are LNG.
False life still exists for 30 seconds, so this is a good force here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, XQW forcing LP down. He'll have
no TP.
The ability to get back in a little bit, but yes, no teleport available, so it'll be a long walk back from the fountain. YCX going in here with the Magnet Storm. 5T5 doesn't have that ultimate available just yet. Sasa with the needlework, we're going to try to burst down Haichao. He dashes away from the Emperor's Divide. And it means that there is no blood being shed, just the one false life available or taken away from XQW.
Wait a minute. Dragon spawning, you know they have to base. Just like, okay, are they going to be lazy about this reset? I feel like that, like there was more opportunity there to actually snag that Baron, but of course LNG, they do play that smart. They do scout out the Baron that's being taken, and that gets dropped by LGD, so no Dragon for them. Of course, his hijack was also on cooldown there. So a bit of a mistake from XQW, who I feel like could have played to not all in and just played the chunk. Could have been better, but
as we say that though, he charms up 4 people with the stolen away quickness. The bullet time doing a lot of work, and LP caught in the middle of nowhere. But there comes Haichao with 3-man Emperor's Divide into the tier 2 turret. 5v5 doing some damage to when becomes lightning as well, but there's not enough damage to take down any members of LGD, so they just lose LP in the fight.
Take here. No ults on either team. I think that's a scenario where surprisingly Grumble might really thrive.
5v5, he gets shoved right back in. There's the crash down. The jungler for LNG is down.
Yeah,
that should now be an easy Baron take for LGD.
I actually think there's a world there where like LNG can kind of use their range, pick and poke, and try and make something happen. But 5T5, of course, did mention Summer Spells being down for LNG. That's a big one. Down was found, and now Smite down means that this Baron likely to fall for LGD. They're looking for the turn hard.
LP has 2 items. He has respawn.
Threatening the turn.
Just going to be the Baron taken down, so
they don't want the turn. Okay. On this MF, just with the Starter and the Rel being able to open up some space for him. Also, XQW making some good work, but at the moment, LGD just got to continue to tick the right boxes. Inner turret falls mid. All eyes set on this inner turret bot. I think ideally for LGD, they want to either play this Baron out to the max duration and then take Dragon on exit, or you threaten a reset now and set up your mid and bot wave as well to make sure this Dragon goes over for free.
Very far behind. Resets were already deployed, so it looks like LGD fighting for this Dragon, but actually in the meantime, it's XQW once again going very far forward, popping that ultimate to be as aggressive as possible. Speaking of ultimates, there comes Sasa with the needlework combined with the bullet time. The Wombo combo finds 5T5. Zika forces to go golden underneath the Sun Disc. Knockup lands just on XQW, but it does mean that Zika will survive. The Dragon up in 2, and he will have his teleport to try to join, but I think they will just give it up and allow for LGD to deny that soul.
Really wondering in that fight if there was a better angle for LNG to maybe fight back, as 5T5 very far up and XQW getting the party started. I gotta say, I think Joe burned his ult pretty early. There's no way you're gonna combo down a Silas. I actually do think that's a mistake coming out of Nio, but still, as long as the team plays good enough for LGD, it feels like this game is in their hands. This Gwen has started to shred through that Baron, and LNG are unaware.
They're very slow to this play. I mean, I don't even know if they realize that it's getting slowly bursted down to 0. Yeah, already secured by LGD, and XQW was buying so much time in this front line, and now pops that stolen away Crescent Guard and looks to go in onto the LNG backline. 5T5 trying to do the same, but he's not as tanky as that Silas, and so has to back out. We're now in a bit of an awkward situation here for LNG. They're on the blue side of the map trying to push this mid wave in after the Baron has already been secured by LNG. YCX, though, might have gone a little bit too far forward. There comes the bullet time, though, and Xiaoya takes Woe down. Now a 4v5 across the map. Haichao has to go forward, has to make a play, but will not find anything here. LP now forced to Valk. There's the stolen away Silence ultimate, and that's going to be all 5 down for LNG. A clean ace picked up for LGD off the Baron, and they should be able to march down this top side and pick up game number 1.
And for how well so many things went for LNG in the early game, sadly, this game just comes crashing down upon them like so many others have in the LPL this split, as they don't figure out that LGD is bursting down the Baron. And the setup for the fight is pretty abysmal for them, as they were really just caught on the wrong side of the map, the wrong side of the fight, and LGD clean wipe, take game 1.
One last big team fight. It was LGD.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.